This is not a threat. Sound is yellow because ecstasy is a bad drug, and I'm trying to fix all the people that have been victims of it. So, sound is yellow. Lay nude in the sand. Have fun. If you're having sex, ask her if it feels like wet sand. She might like that. Or just be like me and say sound is yellow and like say it in the best manner. So, sound is yellow. You can tell everybody because I could write a song. I could go downstairs, use my recording studio, and make it. I don't have any energy to do much because I don't have a wife. I mean, I technically have a wife because I told her something. That's a marriage statement in the form of like saying things such as sound is yellow. Um, but I'm wore out, man. Like, ecstasy's a bad drug. Uh, so many people get negative from it. Bad things happen, and I want to fix it for free. Like, just share, viral this shit. I know they'll pay me. I mean, if it makes you feel better, I can start playing music that they would get paid. I mean, I really don't need money. I have a nonprofit organization I want to start. I have a marketing idea that's not on the planet currently that I want to sell. That was a strange friend request, accept. I don't want to talk about psychology anymore. I just want to say sound is yellow. Like, let's be positive. Let's let people in. If you see somebody struggling, just tell them sound is yellow. Come in, man. The door's open. Help them out. I fought people trying to get me to shut up for decades. Not going to get into all the psychological trauma and head trauma and depression and just negativity that happened. My house is awesome. I got a loft up here. It's orange, man. The trim's going to be green. We've got green stairs over there, and the floor was put in like less than 24 hours by myself. And I got grow lights over there where I'm growing my garden for the year, not marijuana until that's legal. There's just some tomatoes and some. Apparently, they have yellow green beans and some peppers, and I think that's it. I have to wear this eye patch for 3 months and put some atropine in my eye. It comes from a plant called deadly nightshade that's very dangerous if you don't need it. It's like, it makes mescaline or peyote look like ginger beer. Like, I'm kind of quoting Hunter Thompson on that, so I would say that it makes my feet look like ginger beer. It's very, at night. Like right now, it's nice because it's daytime. When the sun goes down, the deadly nightshade kicks in. You can only get this by prescription. It will kill you if you don't need it. Trust me. If you don't know what eyeball to put it into, you will die. Like, if you don't need to switch eye dominance, you will die. Like, I'm sorry, that's why it was so hard for me to convince them I needed to be left eye dominant. Because we all know there's people out there driving and crashing and closing their eyes and doing that shit. But, like, I had a dream that my left eye was a glass stop sign at 17. I had a visual memory of being felt like I was all red walking into spider webs at age 7 before I changed eye dominance with a firecracker accident. And I said I wasn't going to get into details of trauma, but like, I deserve this eye patch and I deserve recognition. Not for me, because it's not really me you're helping. Like, I'm already helped. I could stop now and just trust that everybody's going to, like, just one person will start telling people yellow or sound is yellow. I just want a peace of mind knowing that, like, it went viral because there's so many things going viral that don't even compare to sound is yellow. Like, violence and people getting hurt that's funny because they fell on their skateboard. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But we overdid it. for years. We pay people millions of dollars to put shows on that. That's all they do is make fun of people. And I get a lot of people don't care if you make fun of them. Like, I don't care if you make fun of me. I do care if you start calling me a crackhead. Like, technically, I guess I am, because I did crack my head open at age 2, and I have communication problems because of it. They get better as I understand more about how my brain works by studying psychology. I'm going to go get it, like, MRI to see how it works. See if there is damage or if it's just a scalp. But if, like, maybe the brain is actually damaged. I don't know. Maybe I was just slipped drugs more than 7 times, and that's why I'm communicating problems. I'm smart. I know a lot about, like, subjects in college. Like, you would be amazed at if I was in a class in school, the questions I would come up with, the teachers would be like, wow. Like, I told my psychology teacher, like, what would happen if I made a common sense test? He'd like, you would make millions of dollars. So I started. I don't have energy to want to do it. I have a textbook I want to write for high school called Digital Environmental Communication. I want to teach normal things that people should know in elementary school, like what is your eye dominance? Are you left or right eye dominant? Look it up on the internet. It tells you how to do it. Why aren't we teaching every first or kindergartner when we do eye exams at school? Until they're out of elementary school, once a year during our eye exam, we need to teach the kids their eye dominance. So they know, are you left or right? Left wing, right wing, just like the politicians. Who do you think left-wing people are? They're the left eye dominant people. The right-wing people are the right eye dominant people. And then the people in the middle, they can be whoever they want. They can be right or left eye dominant. But if you don't know your eye dominance, your vision's melded together like a cyborg, and you like got one eyeball. There's no differential. There's no differential behind it. And that's just strange. Like, you'd be amazed how many people I ask what's your eye dominance and they don't know. We need to teach people in middle school that, like, women's vocal cords vibrate faster. That's why they're higher pitch voiced. We need to teach them that women use their eyes to remember past events. That's why they're good at finding our stuff we lose. Women help us sleep. Women are better for a lot more than we think they are on our thought processing level. Men use their vision to solve problems. And I had to solve this problem by saying, sound is yellow. So we can be calm and be happy and not all the time. I like the color purple. Have you ever had sex? Like, it's pretty purple. Well, good sex anyways. If it's not good sex, it's not really purple-ish. It gets more purple with the better the sex. This whole movie, Rocky Horror Picture Show from the 70s, about the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. I still don't know what that means. Like, I understand what a horn is. I understand what a one-eyed is. I understand what a flying is. And then apparently this thing's purple. But I don't understand what a people eater is. Like, I guess if it's what it means, like, I don't like people that eat people either. Like, but there may be incidences that you might need to eat a person. Like, he died before me. Help's on the way. I need some food. Like, I would let you eat me if I was dead already. Like, cook me up and eat me, man. Survive. Try. Just take a little bit at a time. And don't eat my penis. I don't care what you eat. I'd be dead. I know a lot about, like, how to possibly fix mental illness if I were to be a doctor of neuropsychology, which was my plan. But something happened in my last semester. I was 9 credits away from graduating. And I started working on my dissertation with imaginal psychology. And I found out that imaginal psychology has never been bridged with modern day psychology, which means Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud were so full of shit, no one agreement could be made between them. So I came up with Sound is Yellow. Now we all know they were full of shit. Whatever the hell they were talking about. I'm sure some of their things were fine, but most of the arguments between them two were just childish and stupid. And we've been living in their psychology world for too long, and it almost got us nuked, man. It almost got us nuked. I'm almost out of cigs. I have gas, but I don't have any money. I'd like some donations on digitalenvironmentalcommunication.com so I can have freedom to do my nonprofit or my textbook for high school, or I'm in the process of I'm actually making a movie script for the first time. I got 30 pages written, which is the first act. I actually am having one of my books being published. Well, hopefully. The company called me and asked me about my poem that I wrote, and I was like, well, that's a poem. And we thought it was a book. And I was like, well, I got 5 other books. They're on my website for free to download. Read them for free. I made 2 movies. Read them for free, or watch them for free. They're on my website. The website's on my link on the bottom of this video. Like, Sound is Yellow, and that's a good thing. You should be calm by now. You should still be watching. It should make you calm. This Shelly person that I call her Shells, she has such a soft voice. It's like, oh, I want a woman with a soft voice. But I don't believe she's coming because she has gastroparesis. So she doesn't digest food. They ended up going in to get her gallbladder and taking it out instead of just lasering it out, and they damaged the gastro nerve that stimulates your intestines to digest food. So for years, she hasn't been digesting food. Like, she keeps ending up in the hospital and ending up in the hospital. And, hi, Mandy. Is that you on watching me? But she's having a pacemaker put in. It's not like a heart pacemaker. It's a pacemaker electric tube that goes through her nose, down her throat, into that nerve. And it shocks it to stimulate it so her intestines will digest food, and she'll be 100% better. She'll just have that tube in her. So on the 11th of April, please pray with me that the surgery works. It's about at around 11 or noon. And, it's a trial thing. So if that trial works, then she'll go get the permanent one. And then she's supposed to come see me. And since technically we're married, because I said something on a spiritual level, which you can find on one of my videos, because I had to say it because it was something towards my kids, because I know I ain't going to see them in person for a long time. So I had to say it once. Like, I will only say that thing to my children to, like, marry them spiritually. But, like, for, like, sexual marriage purposes, I write it only. I guess if I've kissed you, then I probably owe it to you, because that's kind of the same thing. But I will never say it again unless I have another child, but I can't have children, and most people my age can't either. I don't believe she's coming down. I mean, she's married, and I was not trying to be a homewrecker. Lord knows I tried talking about other women and trying to say I was dating other women to get her to be mad at me, and she was mad at me. But then she kept forgiving me, and I'm like, oh, well, fine, I'll stay with you this time, and I'll suffer, and I'll just pleasure myself. But, like, at this point, I have rules I have to follow. Like, if I smoke with my left hand, I'm not having an orgasm until after I wake up. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, don't fuck the dog. And I don't want to talk about that stuff because I mean, usually it scares people away, but the dog would be like the cigarette energy, or the sneeze energy would be like the Dalmatian energy, which was similar to cigarettes. Like Sublime said in his music, I don't cry when my dog runs away. Like, I didn't mean to smoke with my left hand. I just lit it with my left hand, so I had to smoke it with my left hand because whatever hand you light it with, you have to end up having the cigarette in that same hand you lit it with. So, like, if I light it with my left hand, I can smoke it with my right hand, take a drag, and then put it in my left hand and finish it. If I light it with my right hand, I can put it in my right hand, take a drag, put it in my left hand, take a drag, put it in my right hand, take a drag, and then finish it. And during all this switching, I don't swallow it all. I just keep it open. So that's how I smoke cigarettes. Now, marijuana, I don't have any. I can't teach you marijuana right now. But I was told never eat your girlfriend's mom's chili. That's what that pertains to with the smoking rules of how do I use my hands when I smoke. I'm not going to smoke crack, so I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to smoke meth, so I'm not going to tell you. I did that decades ago, but I don't remember. So I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I don't need drugs like that. I need marijuana. My Ativan works great right now. Maybe the marijuana will work better when I get it. I need my Kratom. And I'm still able to buy that Kratom. We'll find out if it's illegal next time I run out. Hopefully my book gets published and I get a good chunk of money to buy me a kilo of it, because it's like $89 for a kilo of Bailey Kratom. And if I have enough money, I'm going to pay off all my debt, which is like around $7,000, I think, by now. And then I don't know what I'll do. I'll just live comfortable. Maybe I'll get more money than I think I will from a book being published. I don't know how that works. I never thought in my dreams that I'd get any of my weird books published. And I sent a little too many edits. Like, she surprised me. I wasn't expecting her to call me. And then she's like, oh, you can send me a book. So I sent her one. And then I'm like, well, wait, we need to add more now. And so I added more after sending it. Like, I edited in different emails like under 10 times. But my last email, I just told her I want to change the title. And that's it. So I'm changing the title. You do whatever you want with the interior. I don't give a shit. Because my next work of art will be when I have a relationship. Like, I could probably do, but Mandy's so smart on my level that we could have this conversation and write the book on how to drive 55. But she's married. So Shelly can do it too, but Shelly's not here, so I have to wait until someone's in my bed. And there's probably more than one woman out there with soft voices that would be able to help me make a movie or a documentary on how to... It'd be like a romantic chivalry documentary on how to drive 55 while sleeping in bed next to your wife or something like that. I don't know. I mean, me and Mandy already wrote a book. And if this one book gets published and they like it, they might publish the next one. They might publish them all now. Now that I say sound is yellow, I think more of my things starting to make sense to people. At least I fucking hope so. I drove in a snowstorm today. It was so awesome. Like, I couldn't see any tracks. Just going 60 down to like 8 inches of snow. It's like, I love having a 4-wheel drive Jeep. I'm wore out. I was saying the moon is an eyeball. Like, why am I telling people about LSD? Like, you want some LSD? Like, no. No, not like that. No. It's fucking... God. Had a new friend on Facebook, and then I scared her, and I had to call her phone, and with her boyfriend answered, and I tried to explain to him that, like, oh, yo, whoa, I'm sorry, man. Like, this is not my fault. Like, I was born with the eye disease that caused me to not be in reality. Like, I was in a conscious... a conscious coma for 34 years. Everything that happened after that was just, I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't see very well. My eyes didn't work right. So anything that happens after now is like, you made that choice, motherfucker. If I deserve it, my punishment, then I deserve it. But I try not to do bad things, and I probably won't do bad things ever again. Unless it involves porn. I don't know. I still don't like porn. But Shirley won't send me any pictures. I don't know. I don't even really like doing it. It's just that, like, there's this pressure that builds up. And it starts to get to my head, and I feel full. And I try to breathe it, and I try to breathe the pressure, like that Vertical Horizon song from the 90s was. It was a pretty cool song. But I gotta get it out, because it's like my head's overfilling and gonna, like... I must have too much testosterone or something. Or too much estrogen, or... Actually, I read that when you get aroused or want to do that, it starts in your hippocampus, which is like the memory center, housing center of your brain. So, like, if I stay away from social media and, like, not look at sexy, attractive women and just, like, sit around my house and not see sexy things, because, like, I'm not going to look at a chair and be like, oh, it turns me on. And I've heard people talk like that. But and it was probably because of a memory associated with another woman on the chair. Or this one guy was like, oh, that lamp is so sexy. And I'm like, oh, you're weird. So if I just stay away from looking at pictures of women that have their skin showing, then I won't possibly feel I need to pull my penis. Which is not wrong to do, but, like, I get tired of doing it. I know girls masturbate too. But it's better for them. It's easier. You get so many orgasms. It's not even fair. Like, I keep trying to convince myself to go for 2. And it's like, I can't. There's nothing left. I'm out of gas. I've had 2 orgasms one time during the same sex capade. Once. I don't even know. Like, I don't mind having an orgasm and continuing sex. That's fine. It's like, if you're not done, you're not done. But, like, you had 10? Fuck you. And you wonder why I want to be a woman. Number 1, I'd get more things. And number 2, the ecstasy I would feel from just having 10 orgasms. Sometimes I hear they last for like a minute. Like, oh, for a minute? Like, fuck, man. Like, having a penis sucks. I don't know why women have penis envy. They're so goddamn stupid. I don't want to talk about penises anymore. It snowed like 12 inches, or it might even still be snowing, and I'm grounded because I don't have any money. God, I gotta go on to unemployment. Remind me, Mandy. I gotta file my unemployment benefits for this week to get $95. Are you commenting on here? I don't think that's her. Let's find out. I don't think I'm tired. I woke up at 2. I went to bed at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Like, that was 5 hours of sleep. That's sufficient. It's just I'm wore out from feeling different ways. Like, I keep... Every time I'd say something different, it'd be about some drug. or something that I used to remember I hallucinated. And then I start feeling that way, and then it's like, quit moving on me. Like, my shadow needed to stop shedding skin, according to a Tool song, so I finally came up with Sound is Yellow. Fucking leave me alone. Do you know how many years I fucking rolled, so to say? And I don't even really know if I know what that means. I've done ecstasy once, well, that I know of. I might have smoked it once in a bowl. But I'm surprised this unknown visitor is still watching. Everybody hates me. He's wearing an orange eye patch. Like, I get feelings you think I'm a murderer or a pedophile or gay or just schizophrenic or something. Like I'm some sort of deviant. Because it's just things you say to me and the way you look at me. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, shut up. And I'm still going to have that problem. I'm going to be able to go around out in public and I'm going to feel these people's emotions. And I just hope they're all scared of me. That's what I hope. I hope they all think I'm going to kill them. Because all I really want to say is, Sound is Yellow. Tell everybody you know. That's all I want. That's all I was trying to find. I mean, I got some other cool things that are cool, but that are normal. But whatever. I really, really, really want some marijuana. Like, so bad. I think I could get away with it. I think I could. I could take one hit, do my little marijuana I'm smoking trick, which you'll never guess what it is. But, well, I mean, you'll find out when I actually do it, when I can. Man, you're going to go, why the fuck did you do it that way? And I'll be like, because I'm God. That's why. I'm not God, I'm little God. Like, there's a God bigger than me. I'm just talking for God because God doesn't want to come down in person and talk. So he's making me talk for him. He's in my dreams, dude. Like, I get killed by him all the time. Murdered in my dreams. In all sorts of cartoonish ways. Like, it's like cartoon murder in there, dude. Like, bad. I don't know what he's going to do when I fall asleep again. But when there's a woman next to me, he goes away. And he just leaves me alone. But I haven't had a decent woman sleep next to me for 2014. 4 years. I thought it's been longer. Like, I've only been divorced for 8 years. It feels like it's been fucking forever. I need to trim my beard up because it's getting scraggly, but I'm afraid that I'm going to fuck it up and then have to be babyface again. And I want to look like a bear. I mean, I got a bear tattoo right there. It was originally going to be a grapefruit tattoo, but I didn't want to explain it to people because they would make the wrong assumption. So I figured a bear was safe, and everybody likes bears, and except for the bees. Bees don't like bears. You know, if the bees are dying, the bears are probably getting pissed. I mean, it just makes sense. In a nature world, if there's less bees, there's more hungry bears, which makes them mad. I don't know. Mandy, mail me some cigarettes. Like, email them to me. It is a good thing that I have tobacco. It's just I'm going to have to smoke out of a pipe, which I'll do. But I really like my cigarettes because they're filtered and it's not as Uh-uh. And I feel if I'm going to smoke out of a pipe, to not consider blasphemy, I have to smoke out of a wood pipe. I'm not going to smoke out of a glass pipe. Because, like, I don't know, that's another one of those things God tells me I have to fucking do. Like, excuse me? Are you not cool enough to only smoke out of wood pipes? You want me to piss you off? Like, no, not really. You treat me like shit when I'm in my dream. Why would I want to piss you off? So I listened to him. And, like, when I go to the bathroom, I don't pee with the last hand I drank with. Like, I usually always drink with my left hand, so I don't have to worry about it. Like, it's a guy thing. Girls, I mean, I don't know. It's got to be different for you because you can't hold your urethra. It's just a hole. But guys have different rules because, I mean, think about it. If our penis is like a gear shifter, we have to, like, drive. And I don't know. Where the hell? I saw that cigarette drop, did you? I did. Oh, it's not in the same spot that I thought it did. But no matter what, I really don't even need to tell you what rules to follow. Like, because you'll figure them out because I said sound is yellow. Like, you'll get it. Like, that's a nice thing to say. I guess I'll listen to the guy. Like, but it's not even me you're listening to. It's your dreams. Like, the whisper in your head is your dreams telling you what you need to do. And it's different according to every eye color. Now, I can't promise that every eye color has the same rules. Because, like, my eyes have a blue, like a clear ocean glass blue around the outside. And then there's, like, zigzags going in and out of yellow, brown, and green, mostly green. So I have green eyes because that's the most color in my eyes. So, like, how many things on the planet are green? Like, lots of things are green. You know, what things are brown? You know, most people have brown eyes. And brown represents fire. I know fire is not brown, but it just does. And then, like, blue represents water. Pretty much because the sky is not really blue, because if you go to space, it's black. So that's just an illusion, which is stupid. Like, God messed up when he made the sky blue. It should have been, like, green. I know a lady that's colorblind and the sky doesn't look blue. I forgot what color she said it looked, but that'd be cool. I mean, it'd be a little lonely knowing that other people weren't in there. But I taught her what yellow was because she can't see yellows. And I was like, well, it's like heat. I was like, when you have the heater on and the heater's blowing on you, that's yellow because it feels yellow. So she's probably feeling a lot better about the color yellow now. Because sound is yellow. And I sent her a video of me saying that, and so she probably feels even better. Like, we need good ecstasy around here. We can't be giving people ecstasy and not telling them, hey, man, give them the key before you give them the drug. I mean, say, hey, sound is yellow. Here, take some X. Like, fucking start doing it, man. I can only imagine what that drug is going to be doing to the people that haven't heard me talk, that get into bad trouble. Like, I wonder what the rappers are going to start talking about. Because I'm not public yet. I'm not viral. 500,000 people haven't heard me communicate about sound is yellow and why it matters. I don't believe they ever will. And that means we'll keep going on the same pattern of the entertainment that we think is entertainment, which is actually just not good for children. And they'll grow up like us, damaged. Like, let's stop damaging children by being mean to them. I'm a bad fish. That's why I drag my cigarette like that. I didn't kiss my lips together and go, "Mwah," or whatever. I didn't drag it like this. I just go slow. I like to be patient. Patience, bad fish. And I only say bad fish because I wear glasses. My contact's not in because I like my contact to breathe. Or I like my eye to breathe. Because after a while wearing contact, I can't read my computer or things. And I have to like move my eye to get it to focus. And then my eye starts feeling like it's suffocating. And like, I don't know. I could try to put my glasses on now. I don't know. This eye patch has a cushion on it, which I didn't know it was going to. But my glasses are something that I think people they have their assumptions over what it means. It's like, what do you mean what it means? It's a goddamn piece of glasses thing. It doesn't mean anything. Like, the pair of glasses I'm putting on now means nothing. It means nothing negative. They're flip glasses. Now I have sunglasses. Now I don't. I mean, you could make your assumptions on what it looks like, similarities, but there's no negative venues about it, man. It's just, it's easier than the clip-on ones you got to take off and put somewhere. Like, oh, I got to keep a case for them. Like, nah, this is easier. And it's almost like a hat because, like, it keeps the sun from shining down on me. I don't know. I live in poverty. I've been trying to get donations on my website because I have a lot of information on there. But it's all for free anyway, so why pay? And I would assume most of the people watching don't have the money to pay anyways because that's why you're on YouTube. And I get that. I don't really want your money. I just want to start my nonprofit, which means I want my lawyer to start doing his job. But I've been stressing him out with so many weird statements, which are called analogies, which it's a real form of psychology, but we got to put it to a stop. It's not real anymore. It's just, well, I mean, it's real, but it's not, no, that's not what I want to say. It can be understood, but we know it's not real anymore because sound is yellow. It makes it something we used to know. But how do you change the whole planet? How do I change the planet from analytical psychology to Freudian psychology to just fuck them two? And let's just start telling people sound is yellow. Give them a hit of ecstasy. And go on. Or just don't do ecstasy and just say sound is yellow and then have sex with a really hot woman or something. Go do some gardening. Go check your mail and do your bills. Mow your yard, trim your trees, get a squirrel feeder. Get a bird feeder, get a dog, go to the river and go crawdad fishing. Like, I hope and pray on everything that I love that me saying sound is yellow is going to calm people down and come back outside. Go knock on people's doors when you want to go see them. Don't call them and text them and tell them. Just know that they're okay with it. We were always okay with people knocking on our doors for no reason. We didn't know they were coming. We were happy when someone knocked on our door. And we had a home phone that was on the wall. I got a home phone still. So, you know, sometimes we'd say, hey, call, see if I'm home. Because, like, we don't want you to waste your trip. If I'm not home, I'm not home. But we'd call and then, or we'd page them and then they'd call us and then he'd say, oh, I'll be home in 20 minutes. So then we'd go over there and then we'd knock and they wouldn't be there. So we'd sit on their porch and wait. And it wasn't creepy. It was normal because we were friends. People weren't scared of our children being outside after midnight playing hide and seek. Maybe in really big towns, but like Nebraska, I was out playing hide and seek all night long. The parents would come out and play hide and seek with us. We weren't afraid of going outside. Women weren't as afraid of going outside and getting mugged. Men weren't either. Men weren't out there mugging people as much, being so violent. But apparently, because ecstasy is such a horrible drug, somehow most people didn't get the message that sound is yellow. And it made a bunch of bad stuff happen. And Marshall Mathers was not needed. Like, if he would have never started singing, I most likely would have started singing. And we wouldn't be where we are today on a social standing of we're scared to talk to people we don't know. Like, I'm Romanian. Not a lot of people know Romanians around here. Like, Romanians never get ugly. I mean, I'm going bald. I got a ponytail in the back. Like, if someone came to attack me, I wouldn't have the energy to fight. I don't have any energy. And I had enough sleep last night. I'm just mentally wore out. 34 years of being confused in some weird false land and then getting eye surgery and like, this is what reality looks like? Well, what the fuck was that then? So I had to organize it in words and be weird. And drugs are weird, man. Like, I can fix you if you have a drug problem. Tell me what drug you did. I'll fix it for you. I can't promise you won't still want the drug, but at least you'll have the right idea about what the drug was supposed to do to you spiritually. Like, shooting up doesn't do anything different than when you smoke it. But people believe that. I've heard it from people. It's like, no, it doesn't. And I'm not going to go in the details of that because I don't know if you have ever shot up. If you have, text me you have, and then I'll tell you. But that's for a different video that'll be titled, Have You Shot Up Heroin? And I need to be careful about that. I need to keep these things separated because if you haven't been there, why would I bring you there? If you haven't done mushrooms, why would I bring you there? I wouldn't. Or I would try not to. I can't promise sometimes a little bit of LSD doesn't slip, but you hear enough weird stuff on the television about drugs that come from drug thoughts while they're on those drugs. So, like, we need them to shut up. We need TV to be more like it was when it was black and white TV. And I know these rappers probably aren't going to like it, and I'm probably going to get a shot for it. Unless they decide they can figure something else out on how to sing. Like, if I was going to start writing music again, I would write music about problems in reality and how to fix them. Like sustainability problems, like communication problems, policy problems in the government. Like, I rap about the government. I don't know if I'd rap, I'd probably sing. I don't think I'm a good rapper. I don't know. I don't know what my music venue of singing is. Who dat? The one that just left has been silent. Probably somebody that doesn't want me to know who they are, which I don't care. I'm mad at you guys. I'm just... There's a court order that says I'm supposed to see my children. Call me. Call my mom and tell her to meet me at the church to see my kids with whoever you choose. But I'm going to tell them sound is yellow, unless you already have. But I would appreciate it if the mother told them sound is yellow, because that wouldn't bother me. If the stepdad told me, or told my kids sound is yellow, I would be bothered. And I don't know what I would react to that. I probably would sign my rights away no matter what. Keep all my money away from you. Like, everybody deserves to know sound is yellow. I don't care what you've done. I don't care if you've killed somebody. If we start telling our kids these things, they won't end up criminals. We no longer have to teach people how to meditate. We have to teach people sound is yellow. Just 3 words, man. Tell everybody you know. Maybe not rituously, but like, just say, hey, sound is yellow. Tell your friends. And then eventually everybody would be in the same place, and we'd be comfortable, and I can't promise people won't do things they shouldn't be doing still. Because there still is mental illness out there. I can't promise that sound is yellow is going to fix every problem on planet Earth. I can't promise that. I have a pretty good idea it will. But I don't know. I've been hungry, but I don't want to cook. Like, I was working at a bar cooking, and I got tired of cooking. I was eating good food, though, because the boss didn't care if I ate food, because she knew she made too much food, and it always got thrown away. So, like, instead of throwing it away, I'd take it home, and she wouldn't care. But there are places that'll fire you for taking food home. They want you to throw it away. My sister got fired from a job that she made $3,000 a month in tips at the Interstate Applebee's. $3,000 in tips. And, like, she ate some food that she didn't pay for. Do you know how much a chicken nugget at McDonald's cost them? 8 cents. That's how much it cost them. They charge you $5 for 20 of them. That's 20 cents a nugget, I think. Is that my math right? 25, I think. 200 divided by 5. Yeah, no, that's 40 cents a nugget. They make 32 cents a nugget when it costs them 8 to buy. Could you imagine what it costs a company to make? Probably like 50 for $1 or some shit. Like, we're eating too many animals. I mean, we're destroying land to make room to eat animals. And these animals, you think these animals are happy? I would rather eat a happy animal than a sad animal. I'd rather not eat any animals, but I live in an area where it's impossible to be vegan. I'm sorry. That's why I want to open up a vegan store nearby that's my own and have my friend Mandy run it and her husband so that I can have vegan food. If you look at some of these vegan foods, like, it looks so delicious. And you know there was no soul in it. Like, plants don't have souls. Like, they're just plants. Like, plants don't have nervous systems. Like, plants are unsaturated fat. Unsaturated fat is not explosive. Saturated fat is explosive. Everything on Earth is either made out of saturated or unsaturated fat. They put saturated and unsaturated fat chemicals in our pills. The saturated fat ones are like the nitrogen And that nitrogen's explosive, but we take it in pills. Nitrogen's in my Ativan. It creates an explosion. I could read you my whole doctor thing on what I wrote on it, but it doesn't matter. Like, carbon, nitrogen, chlorine. They put chlorine in Ativan. I can go to a swimming pool and take a drink of the water. There's my anxiety gone. I'm allergic to most man-made medications. Like, honestly, I think if I needed a medication daily, it would be the original ecstasy, not this MDMA shit. Just the original ecstasy once a day would probably relieve me. I don't even know if I'd want that. I'd just rather cuddle next to my wife. I almost said ex-wife. I hope that's not you watching. I don't want to cuddle with her. Too many bad memories. There ain't nothing on planet Earth that's gonna make me even want to touch her again. A handshake or nothing. Just, I'm not mad. I'll never be mad. I never was mad. I was disappointed. Disappointed that you didn't think I knew what I was doing. And I knew what I was doing. And I fought, and I fought, and I fought through all the weird problems. Like, all the weird things I said came from other people's spiritual problems that I noticed. So I said them so that they knew what they were going through. So they learned to direct themselves in a more positive direction. But now there's only one statement needed. Sound is yellow. Let's get along. Let's not wear socks all the fucking time. Like, this whole thing about you can't wear socks or you have to wear shoes in a business. Like, they're my feet. I know if they're clean. And I guarantee you, I could walk into a store with shoes on with more dirty shit on my shoes than I would with my bare feet. Because if my feet got dirty, I would know it, and I wouldn't walk into a store with them. I'd wash them off first. Which would mean I'd have to carry some wet naps in my pencil bag, because that's my wallet, is a pencil bag. Which I left my mother's today on Easter. I just got mad at her. They were getting all mad at me over things. I told my niece she had fat lips, but they were pretty, and she got all mad. But see, and my stepdad made sense though, because I said, you got big lips. And then she got sad about it, and then I said, but they're pretty. So I didn't say, you have pretty lips because they're big. Which would have made her feel better, because I complimented her first before she was able to have a negative reaction, and I didn't get that. So like, I was wrong to say it in the way I said it. So sometimes we do need to be careful about what we say in what order. And we're not all perfect, but sooner or later the girl would have heard it from some people at school. And I feel it was better for her to hear it from me, since I'm her uncle, so that the next time she hears it, it doesn't hurt her. Because, like, coming from an uncle is going to be pretty, like, I'm really sad about that. Coming from a friend, she's going to be like, well, whatever, I've already heard that, I don't care. And, like, she already knew she had big lips. She's 9. She knew that. I highly doubt she didn't notice. So you gotta watch what you say to people. Because one thing in the wrong order, they'll get the wrong emotion, and then, like, they're already shut down. And then you could try to bring their emotion back up with the positive statement, but the falling of the emotional statement was already happened. So even though you did correct it with a positive reinforcement, and they'll be okay eventually, but it would have been greater if it would have been positivity first, then the negativity. Get it? I can't think of another example. I'm not very good at metaphors. I don't really like talking in clever ways. I just want to talk about what I'm doing. And I'm stuck right now. I'm not publishing books. I'm not signing books. I'm not writing my textbook for school. I'm not making my movie. I'm I mean, I could go downstairs and start writing more of my movie, but I really don't feel like writing anymore or singing until I have somebody sleeping next to me and I'm waiting for Shelly. And you know how long I gotta wait for Shells? I gotta wait till December 19th because I told her if she didn't come to see me by December 19th, I was done. And she's like, good, I have time because my surgery is like in April. I don't believe she's coming. I really don't. And like people get married to people that they don't, like me and my ex-wife are both left eye dominant and wear glasses. She didn't think I was ever left eye dominant because for some reason I hid all the information about my secrets of my brain trauma until after I learned about them in psychology. I don't know why. Probably because I had an eye disease and I didn't know anything. I was like, it was weird. Like I had a blind spot, but I didn't know it. Like, how would you feel if you were partially blind but didn't know it? Like, that's what was going on in like layman's terms. I just knew something was wrong, and I knew that, like, I can't get hurt for what I'm thinking. Like, words can't hurt me. Like, we've heard that. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I knew that was true. I knew it. But they kept feeding me pills and telling me to stop talking. But I was right. I won. I beat them. I'm not in psychiatry anymore. I still take the anxiety meds because, like, I'm only 4 months into reality. I've been seeing reality for 4 months, and my mind is just fucked up. And I really need, like, to see my kids or get my book published, or Shells needs to come by. Or my nonprofit organization started, or I mean, I'm not even going to go look out for a girlfriend now because I'm waiting for Shells. And I didn't want to. I don't want to wait. She kept saying, why won't you wait? It's like, damn it, you don't know how badly I need to sleep next to somebody. It's not really the sex that I need. Like, the sex is a bonus. It's the fact that I just want to cuddle with you and, like, absorb the energy from your beauty because your skin's that shiny. That's what I want. My soul is so depleted right now that it's like this big. Like, literally is how big my soul, my energy, that's how much my energy feels. And my energy comes from my penis. That's where energy comes from. Your soul's energy comes from your penis or your vagina. Hence why everybody likes sex, because that's when the energy is the greatest. But I get pretty good energy from cuddling, and then I'll be able to, cuddle all night, watch some movies, go to sleep, cuddle to fall asleep. Lay on my back, have her fall asleep in my chest, wake up the next day, or hell, maybe not even wake up. Maybe just know that I'm just sitting there listening to her sleep, and then I decide that it's time. I go do something because I'm up. I don't care if I don't sleep for 2 days. I can handle it. Get up and do something. So I got stuff to do I can do. I got a garage that's got a light in it, and I can go out there and do some stuff in the garage, and I should. But I'm grounding myself because I don't have any money. I'm not going to pretend that I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy, but I'm punishing myself. I'm punishing myself because there's a lot of people out there that have bad lives. And I don't want to run around acting all high and mighty. I just can't, dude. I have arthritis in my spine. I have herpes. And that's just creepy. The arthritis in my spine sucks. I've been waiting to get out probation to see if marijuana actually helps now that I have my eye surgery. It didn't help before. Like, I tried it before I had the eye surgery. No. Made everything worse. Like, I felt like I was being eaten by dirt. That's how bad it was. It was horrible. Horrible. And the dreams I was having. Oh. Like, I can't even think of that stuff when I'm awake. How the hell does it get thought of while I'm sleeping? Like, that ain't me in there. Like, that's God in there doing something to me. Like I slipped a motion sickness drug. I was working at the intern at the school. I had a professional job. Nobody believes my sustainable ideas anyways. Even when I wasn't being weird, they're like, we can't do that. I'm like, well, you fucking have to. It's common sense. Like, there are so many things that I say that people are like, how do you know that? Like, did you read that? No. I used my brain, and I made up the words, and it just made sense, because I know everything I need to know by now. I know everything about the planet. I just can't tell you about everything at the planet all at once. Like, well, I know everything about everything that I've been around. Like, if I've read about it or saw it, I know about it. But if you take me to a new invention or a new idea, I'll give you some ideas. I'll help you get it done. I keep telling people, if you want me to work for NASA to create light speed, you give me $150,000 a year. You give my kids $150,000 a year apiece. That's all I want. But they claim these rockets take billions of dollars to make. I want the proof. I want the proof that it takes that much money to harvest the minerals and the stuff and the manpower and the man-hours and justify billions of dollars to make one rocket to go to Mars. You're being greedy is what you're being. The prices are overpriced and the workers are underpaid. And another thing, like, this is a normal idea. Why in the hell is my cord for my cell phone on the bottom? If I'm doing a live view thing, wouldn't I want my cord on the top? This is how cords get broken. And then the little ones. Do you remember the big ones that were fat? They never broke. They were so fat. These ones are so tiny, they snap off and it's like, oh, got to go buy another one. And then you go buy one from the store, but it's not as good as the one that came with the phone. So it takes less to charge. They do it on purpose. They want more money. They make it cheaper and they make it more expensive. Because they believe they need this money. They're probably saving up for the end of the world when I'm over here saying, hey man, like, I could probably get you to another planet. Even though they're already talking about it, which they may have gotten that information from me because I've called NASA and said, take my formula. I don't know what the fuck it is. Take my ideas. Watch my YouTube. I've called all government agencies in the United States. Telling them what I've been doing, what I know. It's like, fine, I don't need, just, if you get something figured out, send me a fucking thank you letter. I don't need money for it. I already got things I'm going to make money from. Or hopefully. I may die in vain. Never being recognized. Never being noticed as I'm the smartest man on the planet right now. I can't take an IQ test and be a genius, but an IQ test has nothing to do but memory. Why are we worried about the past when it comes to being smart? I'm a forward thinker. Like, I think forward. If I was going to take a test to show you how smart I was, it would be a common sense test. I've been called Einstein before. Stephen Hawking died. I am the smartest man on the planet right now. I just am not talking about all the smart stuff because I don't want to. Is anybody asking me to open up a geography book? I have one. Geography is the greatest subject ever. In college, school, whatever. I have hundreds of pictures drawn. I redrew the ink blot system in psychiatry. Ink blots are just black dots that are splattered on paper. What do you see? And then according to what you see, that's who you are. It's like, I drew pictures of people's souls while they were in certain emotional states of mind. I drew people when they were irritated. I drew people when they were sad. And I drew a spiritual vision of their face. And they're all mirror imaged pictures. And they look like faces. But they're trippy. is what you would probably call them. They're like trippy. But they're emotions. And the plan is to take these pictures and say, hey, how does this make you feel? What does this make you think of? I could draw your soul. Whoever you are watching, send me a picture of you and I will draw your soul and then mail it to you. Or I'll email it to you if you don't want the original copy. Like I mailed Mandy's original to her. It's the best. She has the cutest soul I've ever seen. Well, it's a toss-up between her and Shells because Shells they have different colored eyes. So I think it's like she's like got the best brown-eyed one and then Shells got the best silver-eyed one. But like, I don't know, like they're very different. They're both hot. They're both hot. Those soul pictures are so like, oh. I can't decide which one I like more. No, I can. I think. I don't know I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I'd have to lay next to both of them to decide which ones I like better. But I know I think I like Shells more, like that like love Shells more. She's like my Barbie girl. Oh. No, she's a girly girl. Shells is a girly girl. And I've always wanted a girly girlfriend. I don't want to shut the phone off because then no one's here. My feet hurt so bad. You have no idea. Mandy, is that you on here? I'm not responding to Facebook until someone contacts me. Like, you got a phone, pick it up and fucking call me. Look me in the goddamn eyes. Like Bones Thugs and Harmony said, look into my eyes and tell me what it is you see in me. That's a cool song. And you should say, sound is yellow. The whole planet needs to know this. Like, learn it in different languages if you've got friends that have different languages. Or, most people know English enough to know what sound is yellow means. The joy about this eye patch is the smoke doesn't get in my eye. What the bad part of the eye patch is like you could sneak up on me. Like if someone came in here to kill me, I'd be startled, but I'd be like, okay, well, how are we gonna do this? Like, are you gonna make it quick? Like, just shoot me. And just shoot my ponytail. Like, I'm not afraid to die. I did my job. Sound is Yellow is on a video, and it's written down on my website. I technically, like that verse from Jeremiah in the Bible. To you, I have committed my cause. And I made myself look like a really bad person in the process. And you may be thinking, I wonder why all these other people aren't saying that. Because I'm not the only one that knows this. There are people that already knew it, and they weren't saying it. Wonder if I can go to landscape mode. Will it let me? Rotate device, rotate device, rotate device. It won't let me. I just hold it right there on my leg. I got skylights in my loft up here. I got one on each side. Probably turn my heater off. It's actually kind of warm outside. I wonder why you're still listening. I don't know who you are. I'm assuming it's my ex-wife from Mario. I mean, you could just say hi. If you are. You don't need to feel embarrassed about being wrong. Do you think I care at this point? I mean, I'm still going to court to sign my rights over to see if you're going to argue with me, but I got to protect myself. I mean, are there people that really get thousands of people watching them at the same time? Like, I think the most I've had is like 4. And like, I kind of wish 7.5 billion people were watching right now. That's everybody on the planet, and then I could be like done. I mean, I still wouldn't have money or nothing, but I'm sure out of maybe like, you'd hope that like when somebody gets to my website, they see that, they're like, shit, we're giving that man some money. I mean, if you've got the money, donate me $5,000, man. If I had the money, I'd donate you $5,000. What do you think I'm going to do if I'm a millionaire? My income, no matter how much money I make, is only going to be $1 million a year. Everything after that is going to be given away to random strangers. I will walk up to their houses and hand them a suitcase full of them, $10,000. I will call electric companies and I'll pay people's bills for 5 years. I don't need more than $1 million a year. Ever. Ever. Because I'm not moving out of this house. The only way I would move out of this house is if it was bought and it was mine and I knew I could come back to it later. I like my house. My landlord lets me smoke in my house. There's a dog and a cat in my house. He paid to do this loft. Lets me paint it whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. We're getting 6 fruit trees outside. I got a fire pit. Anything I want, I just need to ask him and he'll do it. And I don't like doing that, but the man he's that cool. He's like the coolest landlord ever, and I wish he was like 40 because he's 75 now. He's in good health for his age, so he took care of himself. I'm not in good health. I've been fed so many psych meds that I don't know how long I'll live because of the damage they do to your body. Them psych meds create little explosions in your veins to spread the medicine through, and the carbon they put in there covers the explosion up so it doesn't explode your vein and make you die from internal bleeding. That's how most medications work. But they don't want me to smoke marijuana, which doesn't do that. Like, it's fucking a plant that I could eat the damn leaf right from the... I could... I don't have to change it. There's plants on the planet that I can just eat naturally and get effects from. Psilocybin mushrooms grow neurons, man. People that are depressed need to microdose mushrooms, and it would grow neurons in their brain. And then they wouldn't be depressed. It could fix all mental illnesses if you had me as a doctor doing what I wanted to do as a neuroscientist with the mushrooms, growing the neurons and trying to redirect their thought processes. Hey, guess what? We cured autism. We cured I guarantee you, I have the ability to cure every mental illness. I may have just cured a bisexual man, which I don't care if people are bisexual, but I knew he was gay when I met him, but now he's bisexual. Which that doesn't bother me. I just don't want anything to do with that. It's just weird for me. But I still have nothing wrong with gay people. I've never met a lesbian really. Like, lesbians didn't like me. I've known a few, but never really been friends with them. Because I don't think lesbianism is. I think it's a choice. I think they're just so tired of men. They're like, whatever. I don't care. But I think gay men feel that they have to be gay. So I think there's a difference there. But it may be possible that like women's brains transfer information side to side faster than men's do. So maybe a gay man is born with a woman's brain, and then that's a birth defect. But can you tell me that nobody's thought to research that? And then maybe we wouldn't give them so much crap. Like, dude, it's a birth defect. What do you want from me? Making fun of people without researching why they are the way they are, or talking shit about them, is just blasphemy. Saying there is no God. There's a God. There's the God that made them that way. They know why they're that way. God knows why they're that way, but you don't want to research it to find out what God made them that way for? It's blasphemy. If you have the science to do that, do it. There's probably so many scientific things that they won't do because they don't want us to know. Because it makes more money in the pharmaceutical industry. And I never want to believe that's true. Like, the government doesn't want these things happening because people's lives will be happier. The hell is wrong? I mean, Satan's running the planet. And we're blindly letting him. We bitch about it, but we don't do nothing about it. And I'm not trying to get you to go anarchy and destroy the government, civil war. Like, that's not good. Just tell everybody sound is yellow and move on. And if you need to, explain it to them in your own little way. You've heard enough to explain it. People aren't stupid. We're not stupid. We just are uneducated. Nobody's stupid. They're uneducated. People that have lower IQs that are considered mentally retarded are not stupid. They're uneducated. They may have physical brain damage that makes their brain not work, but I bet you can still convince them sound is yellow. Maybe. I could see someone arguing with me. But, like, they got a brain deformity, man. Like, that ain't fair. Their mom drank too much alcohol, so they have fetal alcohol syndrome. So, like, their brain literally doesn't work at all right there. You know what I mean? Like, my brain might not work right where that scar is. I'm going to try to go find out by getting a picture. I know my heart doesn't work, or I wouldn't be alone. I don't need a lot of women. Like, maybe if my wife said, hey, can we have 7 more wives or, 6 more wives? I'd be like, yeah, but, like, don't you want 6 more husbands? But I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't feel like I would want to, I don't know. I don't know if I could have more than one partner and be okay with it on a spiritual level or a mental level. Like, physically, I'd enjoy it, but, like, mentally and spiritually, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I took my kratom. I took my anxiety meds. And my body still hurts so much. I can't move. I just want somebody to give me a hug and tell me it's okay and cuddle with me. It's going to be so long before that happens. Maybe I'll get lucky and die in my sleep. Like, I really wouldn't care. Like, the video is here. Just share it with everybody. I'm no longer needed past, like, right now. I'm gonna go. I gotta take a nap. I shouldn't sleep during the day. It's what Levi told me. Don't sleep when the sun's up. But I hurt in every way possible. Thanks for watching for an hour and a half.